CPU panel. So this is the case for CPU. Here we have the SMPS power supply, and these are the cables that are connecting from this ATX cable. This one, the fan cable. This the PATA cable, and this is the SATA cable. So two PATA and SATA cables here, and one cable for external fan, and we also have one cable for the connection, ATX connection, and for this system fan. So these are the wires which are for the SMPS. Now here also we have some wires. So if in case you see here, we have some front panel things like we have two USB, three USB, and two audio jack. So this will be provided by the vendor itself. We don't have to implement this. It will be rather already soldered here in the case. And here we have some wires for this. So these are the normal wires for USB. So there are two USB and there are two cables, the 9-pin connectors which will be connected for the USB, the lengthy ones. And apart from these two, we have this. So it is all written here. For example, this is for reset switch, and apart from reset switch, this is for LED switch, and these are for the audio jack, this one. And if you see here, this is for the power LED as written here, power minus and power LED plus. So this is for power LED, and this is for audio jack, two audio jack, and one for the reset switch. And these two are for the USB cable, this lengthy ones. So these are for the front panel, which is already built in. This is for the SMPS, which will be screwing it up here, and these are the cables. And if you see this thing, this wire, 9-pin or 12-pin port, or the pin which will be connecting to the motherboard, and these are the cables for SMPS. Now let's assemble them. So when we assemble this motherboard, we have to make sure these are the back panels that should be coming this side, because we have different ports here, and the fan which will be connected. So this will come in this direction, and this are the front panel. So the front panel has to be connected to this back side as the front row. So this will be directly placed inside. So we have to place this motherboard, and we have to find the screws such that we can mount this screw directly to the case. So we have to correctly place this to the mounts. Example, we have to place it like this, so we get the real mounts, and we can screw the mounts here, directly placing the motherboard. So we have placed the motherboard to the entire panel. Here we have the SMPS power supply. Here we have the HDD as in the hard disk, and these are the cables coming out from the front panel. So here we have the front panel for USB, then audio jack, and hard reset switch, and LED switch. So those are the connection which will be connected directly to the motherboard. Now these are the RAM slot. So motherboard is of three types. One is the integrated motherboard, where we have all the circuit integrated to it. For example, if you consider mobile phone, inside mobile phone the entire motherboard is already printed, except the charging port which will be connected extra, and the camera port which will be connected extra. All other ports will be integrated as an PCB. We have the semi setup. Now this motherboard is a semi setup of motherboard. So this in semi integrated motherboard we will be having most of the circuit like transistors and resistors and capacitors, which is already built in, and other ports which are already integrated to the circuit as an external slot. Then we have non-integrated slot, where we have a normal board, and we will be connecting all the pins simultaneously, and we'll be soldering the pins. So it is not integrated. Now as it is a semi-integrated CPU chip, now these are the cables that is for the USB. So USB will be connected here, one over here, and the other USB port here. Okay, so these are the for the two USB ports which will be connected directly to the motherboard. Then this cable we wouldn't be using. Then we have these cables. These cables are for the reset switch. So reset switch we can connect it here. So all these cables will be going this for reset, this for LEDs, this for audio jack, and this also for audio jack. So all these cables, which are the female connector cables, so these all cables will be connected directly to the pins which are there in the front panel. Either it can be connected there or it can be connected over here, which are the front panel rows. So just summarizing, the SMPS will be connected. So this is the SMPS. So this is for the system fan. So system fan will be connected here. Then we have this also is for system fan, which is an extra backup cable. This is the ATX cable, which will be powering up the entire circuit. So that will be connecting it here. So this will be connected to the ATX cable there. So if we just summarize this, we have the system fan, which is connected here. We have the power ATX cable, which is connected there. We have this front panel circuits which are connecting here. So two for USB and other cables for here, which are for the front panel, such as USB and other things. And these are the other two cables for PATA and SATA, which will be connecting simultaneously for the hard disk. And if you see here hard disk, this we have the cable which is called SATA cable. If you see the pins here, these are the for the SATA cables. Now this SATA cable will be connected one here, and the other will be connected to the SATA port, which is over here. So one SATA port here. So one port will be connected here and one port will be connected here simultaneously. So for now we'll be just placing like this. So this is the setup for hard disk, where these are the connection. These are the setup for power supply SMPS, which will be connecting one for ATX cable, one for system fan, and these are for the hard disk. And hard disk will be connected directly from here to the motherboard, and these are the front panel switches which will be connected directly here. Here is the where we connect the RAM slot. So we just have to remove this ports. We'll be connecting the RAM here and we'll be interlocking this two locks here. And here this is the graphic card. So this graphic card we have to connect to the extended slot which is there in the motherboard. So if you see in the motherboard, this is the extended slot. This one, the PCI slot. So to the PCI slot we'll be connecting this graphic card. So we have to connect this graphic card seeing the pins here. So if you see the pins here, we have these different pins, and we have to consider and place this chip such that the chips are already placed into the motherboard. And we have to also consider these are the external devices which will connect, and these devices has to be placed here such that the cases, according to the case, all the devices will be coming here. So here we'll be getting all the circuits in the cases. We have to place in such a way. So this will be placed to the motherboard directly here. So this is how we place the graphic card, which is to the motherboard, and all the other external devices are connected. We can close the lid and we can make the custom made CPU.